This is a one-on-one interview with myself and Tobias from playlistpromotion.com. Playlistpromotion.com will help you get Spotify streams and followers growing your music career. I'll let Tobias really get into the details of that. This is the first type of video where I've done this one-on-one conversation to give you guys a different perspective from an expert inside the music industry. Tobias has been within the music industry over 20 years from a playlist and promotion perspective, but also he was an artist himself. So I did find this video really valuable for myself as an indie musician, and I hope it can be valuable to you too, giving you that context from someone behind the curtain actually promoting artists and giving you the advice and things you should look for and things you should be aware of when you're looking to get on Spotify playlists and market your music. So if you kind of like this interview style video where you can get this context from a different perspective, let me know in a comment. I'd be happy to do more of them. As always, feel free to subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy this interview with Tobias from playlistpromotion.com. Thanks for taking the time, Tobias. It's a real pleasure to have you here. And why don't we just get right into it, and you can just tell us more about what exactly is playlistpromotion.com.
Sure. I mean, playlistpromotion.com, we are specialized in Spotify playlist promotion as well as YouTube and radio promotion. And we do this kind of promotion since 2015. And me, myself, a bit longer in the music promotion scene. I'm doing already music promotion for almost 20 years, but me and my partner, we came together to open up the company Playlist Promotion in 2015.
But you have 20 years of experience doing inside the music industry, doing music marketing specifically?
Yes, music marketing, but of course I was also a musician myself, or a DJ before. I was touring around Europe and United States, were a DJ for a couple of music artists, and also had a couple of CDs, CD compilations back in the times when CD was more popular. And I got into this basically promoting my own CDs back in the time, or the compilation series. And from there, I went ahead and promoted also one day more popular DJ brands like Pioneer, for example, and got into the scene, more into it. And that was already some years ago. And then the digital market came. So we specialized more into such as forum promotion, email blasts, etc.
So would you say you have you kind of started your promotion career as a musician, like your client today?
Yes.
Playlist promotion, they are musicians trying to get their music heard. And you yourself were a musician, so you kind of came from those roots instead of just first being a businessman and wanting to start a company. You were actually coming from the music side, being an artist.
Yes. Exactly.
Which I think is a cool perspective, because you kind of know how hard it can be for artists to get their music heard, especially
Definitely.
in today's world where it's quite saturated with so many playlists, and also the concern of the quality of the playlists, or just the amount of music being made in today's world. It's just really, really big and hard to get heard. So what year did Spotify start with user-generated playlists?
A couple of years before 2015. I think the Spotify, or when Spotify became more popular, as I remember, it was late of the 2000 or 2009, 2008, 2010. In this time, as I remember, Spotify became more popular. And before that, it was basically iTunes. iTunes was the leader in the market. And Spotify came much later. And of course, back in the days, it was also more popular to download music than to stream music.
Right.
And I think I remember right also when what was the name from the boss of the Apple company? He said basically once that people want to own music, they want to download the music.
Right. Oh, is that
And
Steve Jobs saying that?
yeah, Steve Jobs, my God, how could I got his name on my tongue.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said once people want to own the music.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it changed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you cannot really know what the future brings to you, but most of the platforms focused more on downloads. And
Right.
only Spotify, I think, as I'm right, were the first company who offered streams in this time.
Okay.
To only stream music. And yeah, when Spotify became more popular, of course, users created playlists, but not with the intention, hey, I want to grow a big playlist like many users probably do nowadays. It was just, okay, I create a playlist on Spotify because there are no other playlists available where I can listen to this type of music I like.
Right.
And so yeah, the users created just for themselves the playlists, and later on when Spotify became more popular, of course those playlists grew a lot. And we work also with many curators which created playlists in that time.
Okay. Okay.
And also from all over the world.
Right.
And also we have one curator, she is from the Philippines, and she was, I think, quite young in that age, but she got nowadays one of the most popular
Wow.
old school and hip hop playlists.
Just from having starting it in like 2008 or 2009 as one of the first playlists, and has just grown organically over time.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because 2015 is still fairly new with regards to how rapidly it's grown in the last 2-3 years even. 2015 still, there was probably way more playlists than in 2010, but not as significant as today, where it seems like there's just almost hundreds of thousands of playlists.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, and in 2013, I basically started because it became more popular, and I saw like there's a great promotion way in presenting artists to get them on Spotify playlists, because when users, or most of the playlists, they are basically related on genres. So hey, I want to do an old school hip hop playlist now, and then okay, I work with, or I have worked, and okay, we still work with many hip hop artists who do a sound in the old school hip hop way. And then those playlists are the best because you already have the right audience on the playlist. And that can result into many interactions, like people will save the song if they like it, they will go to the profile and follow them. And yeah, in 2013, I started to contact a couple of playlist curators. There were not many out there, and try to place songs from artists who I have worked with in that time.
Okay.
And and there were no providers, or there were no promotion companies, not at all. There was not even one promotion company who offered a service like that.
Okay.
So yeah, then it got more and more curators in the network, and it worked out pretty well, and the clients were pretty happy. So yeah, then I spoke to my colleague who's also in the music industry for quite a long time, and we spoke about it and thought about, okay, why not opening up a company who is only specialized into that service?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how it came to the idea. And then we started in 2015. And at the beginning, there was not many artists who were looking for that because nobody knew about it, basically.
Right. It wasn't a service that artists thought they could use or had even to think.
Yes, they didn't have this in mind. Hey, okay, why not promoting my music on Spotify? I mean, more people had like other marketing ideas in their mind. And so we needed to attract basically the clients, or we attracted the clients who we've worked with and reached out to new clients and told them like, hey, this can be a good idea. And that's how we built it up. And then end of 2015, yeah, more people got into that, and they recommended us to other services. So other marketing companies were contacting us to make a collaboration.
Right.
We worked together with them, with other music labels, etc. And that's how it basically started.
So,
And yeah, and then came the boom. Like 2-3 years ago came the boom.
right.
You know, then there was 20 companies, and I think nowadays, so when you take a look at Google, I think there are 100 other companies
Right.
who
Yeah. No,
do Spotify promotion.
yeah, right. And at different levels, like
Yes.
myself as an artist, I kind of see it as like there's a couple of different ways to get on playlists. You can go and do it yourself by just looking on the playlist and trying to find the curators, kind of like you did at the very early days.
Mm-hmm.
Or and then there's two other kind of levels where it's like the submit hubs of the world, where it's kind of lower cost. You upload your song and they pitch it, and then there's the higher tier where it's like playlist promotion, like your company, and then the other one, playlist push, that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say? Would you agree to that? Like, in terms of the playing field of getting on Spotify playlists, how does playlist promotion compare to Submit Hub and Playlist Push?
Mm-hmm. I mean, so to say, the difference basically between us, when it comes like what is the difference between us and Playlist Push, Submit Hub, is basically that we guarantee placements and performance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they don't do. I mean, everybody has his own way of working, but if I see it myself as a musician, I have to go to promote my music, so I'm gonna spend some money on it, which I worked very hard for it, because you know it's you need budget to promote your music, and it's not less. So I want to know for what I'm gonna spend it, and to know, of course, the more the better what I get in return.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we cannot guarantee how many streams you will get, because that's impossible with organic music promotion. You know, you cannot guarantee results, but we guarantee placements and performance, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, with us, you need to send us the music, and we listen to the song, to all the songs which we receive, and then tell, okay, we can work with this song, we cannot work with that song, we can also not work with this song. Okay, this song has potential, let's try it out, but only offer the smallest package. When
Right.
we reach the smallest package, okay, we can upgrade it to the next package.
Right.
So we only work with songs where we think like, okay, we can get some good results with that, and we know our curators pretty good. So we know already more or less when we receive a song, okay, we can place it on that many playlists, and we know which playlists are really working and are active.
Mm-hmm.
And we would not place a song onto a playlist which does not get many streams. You know, this would not bring anything to the client, you know, and that's not good for us neither, because we want to get the best results for the clients,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so we already know when we place a song on a playlist that it will get a good performance, because the playlists are active, you know.
Right.
Because we work with the playlists all the time, speak with the curators, etc. Of course, it can happen that some playlists maybe do not have a good performance at a specific time or after a while, but
Right.
then we still have some other playlists. So if a client would contact us and tell us like, hey, look, the playlist didn't perform well, then we always get another placement instead, you know. we're always looking to get the clients a good performance. And when we sell a package, what means basically a package is, for example, 100,000 follower reach. That means that we will place your song onto 5 playlists, with each 20,000 followers.
Right. So someone comes
just
in
to explain the package.
Right. So someone as an artist comes across your website and they are interested. So they have to pitch their song to you, and then you have real people that listen to it and will then decide, okay, yes, we think we can work with this, or no, it's just not the right fit. And then if it's the good fit, then you offer them different types of packages.
Yes, and we have different type of packages. What we can offer in some genres, we cannot just or offer like the biggest packages. So we say like, okay, this song we can promote up to 200,000, 500,000, 1 million follower reach. And it depends also, of course, a little bit on the genre, because there's very popular genres like pop, hip hop, EDM, rock, indie, but also some smaller genres like merengue, blues, jazz, classical, where we cannot do the biggest package what we offer.
Right.
So yeah, we listen to each song first, and then when we say, okay, we can work with your song, then we get also good results. We guarantee streams, but of course we cannot guarantee how many streams. It depends at the end on the audience, because they decide, okay, I like the song, then they will probably listen to it 10, 20 times. I don't like the song, then they only listen to it once. So the amount of streams can have a big range. We had songs which made only 10,000, or not 10,000, but 15,000 streams,
right,
with the smallest package. But we also had artists which made up to even 20 million streams on Spotify.
Okay.
Because so some real big hits.
At this point, is it like when an artist can get 20 million streams, is it a mixture of like, is part of the strategy to kind of ignite like really spark the artist with streams so it triggers more playlists? For example, the Discover Weekly playlist, trip that algorithm, get on Discover Weekly, and hopefully maybe more editorial playlists. So you're kind of like the initial like fuel maybe for the artist. Could that be a true statement?
Yes, it's like we put the fire to the petrol, so to say.
Right. Yeah.
Because Spotify detects how many playlist placements you have, how many streams, saves, and followers you get in return, and all this together will put you, when the performance is good, they will put you more often onto Discover Weekly. If your song performs good on Discover Weekly, for example, or Release Radar, then they make some further instances, when I say correctly in English, that they will place you also onto editorial playlists.
Okay.
This happens, and of course you don't have to take a promotion company like us, but of course it can help a lot, because if you are a non-established artist, you cannot expect that when you release your music that the whole world is waiting for you. It's not like that, and there are more artists out there nowadays than it was back in the days.
Right.
So it is the Spotify algorithm detects how many playlist placements you have, how popular is your song, and then they're gonna place you onto Discover Weekly, etc. So if you have a good performance, like I said it before, then some other playlists or editors from Spotify will get noticed and place you on that playlist, and there is a real value behind it, because some editorial playlists can bring many streams. We had artists which made with one editorial playlist 60,000 streams a day,
Wow.
And that's a big number. And if you get on a couple of those playlists, you can imagine how many streams you can get.
Right.
So
Spotify, like, based your knowledge around the Spotify algorithm, does it? Do you know if it depends on the quality of the streams or the location of the streams? For example, if you run a promotion with playlist promotion with you guys, then and maybe your streams come from different parts of the world because of your diverse curators. Does that matter? Or does Spotify like to know that, okay, all the streams are only coming from New York City, for example, or like one location?
I know that Spotify takes care on which playlist your music is. Because first, I cannot imagine that. I mean, I don't have this insight right now, even when we have direct connections to Spotify. We have partners from back in the days. You know, when you're in the music industry for quite a long time, you make contacts everywhere. And yeah, we know a couple of people who work there at Spotify as well as on at the YouTube section. But Spotify doesn't really, I don't think that they would take care where the listeners are coming from, because Spotify is a global service, you know. So a user from New Zealand has access to all the playlists which have been made in South America, for example, you know. So, but I know for sure that Spotify takes care on which playlist your music is placed on. So, for example, if you make a EDM song and it is on a hip hop playlist, that is not good for your algorithm.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So this is important that you are on the right genre playlist or also mood playlist. For example, if you have a relaxed song, it's good to be on an easy listening or chilled music playlist. It's not good when it will be on a workout playlist, because Spotify detects on which kind of playlist you are.
Right.
And then it takes this into consideration for their playlist, you know.
Right.
So if you have for example, if you do folk music and you are from Ireland and you are on some folk music playlist, then you have a higher chance to get on an Irish folk playlist.
Right.
You know.
How would you recommend to artists then, like myself as an artist, like I've definitely come across some playlists that are just packed with different genres. There's like a hardcore hip hop song, and then like a instrumental ballad, then like a just weird mix, and like lots of followers. But it seems that it's just a fake playlist almost in a way. And how would you recommend to artists to avoid these fake playlists that might get you a lot of streams, but in the end it's going to hurt you?
I mean, first, mixed genre playlists doesn't have to say that they are fake, you know. And of course, it makes also sense to place you on mixed genre playlists. For example, we have a couple of TikTok playlists, you know. They are very popular. They have thousands of followers, and we know those playlists very well. Because we analyze the history, etc. So we know this is a 100% organic playlist, but it has mixed genre. You find on the hip hop, EDM, Afrobeat, R&B music, everything where people like to dance to it. You know, it's a mixed genre playlist. That's not the problem when you get on those playlists, you know. But it's better to have the majority of your placements on playlists which match your music genre. If there are 10, 20 or 30% on mixed genre playlists, it's not an issue, you know. But the majority should be, of course, onto playlists which match your music genre. And of course, Spotify detects, okay, there are mixed genres, but from all kinds of genres. So it makes sense, like a Billboard playlist, for example. But if it says hip hop and there's EDM and rock on it, and Spotify can't detect that because Spotify has all the background information, which genre has each song, then they know, okay, something is a little bit suspicious there, you know. When it comes to detecting fake playlists, I mean, I always would avoid to buy services where they guarantee specific amount of streams.
Okay.
You know, specific amount of followers saves all those numbers. When somebody guarantee you that, something is weird, because it's not a real music or a real music promotion.
Right.
The other thing is, where I would also take care, is you cannot buy a serious music promotion, or maybe if you got lucky, but the majority, a music promotion under $200 doesn't exist. It's not a real music promotion,
Okay.
because all
So
the people
you're
who
saying,
know how who know how to promote music in a successful way, they are rare to find, and
right,
they cost some money because they have tons of experience, what
right,
has a big value, you know. So a service like what you would find on Fiverr, where somebody, for example, offers you a playlist placements for $20 on
right.
a organic playlist,
Right.
no,
It's
no.
so these are warning signs for, like, within that 20 up to $200, you're saying.
Yes, I would. I mean, I don't say that all those services who are under $200 are not real music promotions,
Mm,
but I say the majority, yes. You
right.
know, all a real music promotion with people who have experience and have been successful in the music industry, you can find for under
Okay.
$200. I don't know
Right.
anyone, you know,
So
but
if
of
you would
course, I
put,
don't say the majority, you know.
right, if you would put your get back into your artist career right now and start fresh as a musician trying to promote your music in today's world, what would you suggest to current artists promoting their music? Like, would you say with every released, if you're looking to promote it, you must have a budget maybe between $500 or $1,000?
Mhm.
Or would you say, don't spend any money at all, and good luck?
Yes, I mean, let's say it like that. You can be lucky. It's like winning a lottery. You can be lucky and you make a video, or you make a song, and the song goes viral. You can be lucky. It happens. It
Mhm.
can happen all the time. It happened the last
Right,
100 years of music.
right.
This can happen, but it's like winning a lottery, you
Mhm.
know. If you have a nice product with a nice video and the people like to see it and they like to share it, it happens, you know. And but with the majority, it doesn't happen. So what I can tell to music artists is basically the most important part is make good music, you know.
Right,
Don't put yourself into a box. Don't close your mind and say like, okay, I because this is popular, I have to do a song which is similar, you know.
okay,
So it won't work out. Just be yourself and do what you feel to do. And I think this is also important, because most of the artists nowadays, they or which are very famous or popular, it's like they have a own sound, you
hmm,
know. You know, okay, this sounds like Justin Bieber, this
right,
sounds like Drake, you know.
right,
And so be yourself, and try to develop a brand. It can be also with social media, etc., where you don't need to spend $1, you know.
right,
But of course, it is better when you have also a budget, because then you can get more options and build a fan base, you know. And then I would consider, when you have a budget which can comes out of your own pocket, or you get an investor, for example, um, that you promote your music in the right way. And for me, because I know many music promotion ways, one of the best promotion ways nowadays, I would consider definitely Spotify, with YouTube, etc., everywhere where you can build a fan base and where you have a return on investment, and where people, all those followers which you create, will get notifications when you release a new song. Because then you also have benefits for all the upcoming songs which you release. Because if you think about it, okay, I have an option. I will spend now $500 on a YouTube promotion or $500 on a music magazine promotion. So you will present or put your music on the music magazine and or on Spotify. On Spotify, you gain with that probably a couple of hundred followers, but with a music magazine promotion, much less, you know, because we put artists on really big magazines, the top 10 music magazines, and they get maybe with one post between 1 and 10,000 views on the biggest magazines. And with that same amount of money, you can do a YouTube promotion where you gain for 100,000 or 200,000 views,
right?
You know, so I would suggest those people or the artists to maybe, or to rather go somewhere there where people are already on a platform with the intention, I want to listen to music. For example, I'm on Spotify. I have the intention, I want to listen to music on Spotify.
Yeah.
But when you are reading a magazine, it's like, okay, I have the intention, I want to read some news. I want to grab some new informations, and then I go there, and then I go there. So the conversion rate, and the conversion rate is, okay, I look at something, and then I'm going to do the action in there to listen to it. It's much less than when you are already on the platform. So I would rather promote on the platform directly than around somewhere to get the people to a platform, you know. And for example, when you want to do Instagram ads, I mean, Instagram ads are great to promote your music, but I would rather do, for example, a Spotify promotion than an Instagram promotion, or put 80% of my budget to a Spotify promotion and 20% to an Instagram promotion, because I don't know if
They're already
you had the
Spotify,
experience.
and they're already on Spotify listening, right?
Yes. And on Instagram, they want to get some news, and you not only pay that the people go to your website, you also pay per each click. That means for a like, for a comment, you know, you pay for that. And then you can calculate, okay, at the end, I paid 40 or 50 cents for one click on the song, for one stream. And then you can calculate how much you're going to pay for 100 streams, which comes from Instagram, compared to a service which is directly on the platform.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a struggle for a lot of artists now is to realize the return on investment, and trying to calculate the lifetime value of a listener, for example, because the stream payout is so low. So let's say you spend $100 or $1,000 on a promotion campaign, and the return on investment for the immediate streams you get from that campaign is not, you won't even break even. But I think it's difficult to put a dollar value on the lifetime value of that listener, because like you say, they can follow you and be there for the next releases. So ideally, $1,000 campaign with a quality promoter will get you listeners that will follow you, that eventually will listen to the future releases, and hopefully will buy something, either products you have, not that maybe it's merch, or you know, whatever products you have within your music business. Like, that's what I think will, like, it makes a difference between kind of like playlist promotion and submithub, that you'd hope the quality promoters get you quality people into that funnel. Have you noticed a difference with people that promote with you versus people that promote with submithub? And have you had some success stories that you can talk about without or that you can talk about?
Mhm. I mean, yes, but the feedback from them, I mean, you can imagine when people come to us and they tell us, okay, I was there before and tried out that service, or they used us once, then they tried out another service and came back. When somebody's coming back, then they probably don't have that good experience. But I don't want to say, hey, that service is worse or something,
Mm.
you know. Um, I tried out submithub by myself. Of
Mhm.
course, I want to see how it works, and they not only do Spotify placements, it's also submissions to blogs, magazines, etc. But for me, what I don't really like is, like I said it before, I put in somewhere money and I don't know what I get in return.
Mhm.
So you can spend one, two, three, four, $500, and maybe you don't get any placement, or
Right.
maybe you just get one or two placements, and that's it, the risk is too high if you are close on budget, you know, and if you want to invest it right, because yeah, it's not a promise that you will get anything from that. So it's just like you pay for it's submit, you pay for a submission,
Right.
but you don't pay for a placement or for a service. It's for a submission.
Right.
And I mean, if you have a endless budget, or you don't have a money kind of issue, then I would do this also, and promote my music on top on of other services. You know, okay, I do a campaign with playlist promotion, and I do a campaign with submithub, because I don't have anything to lose. You know,
Right.
so I try it out and let's see what's gonna happen.
Right. Because
But
it's tempting for artists like to spend because it's so cheap. It's easy just to do that. But
mhm.
would you recommend to, if you can get some money, whether doing your own money or as an or finding an investor, you would recommend doing the more professional approach, which is spending more of an investment instead of doing the little cheap ones, $20 here and there.
Yes, definitely, because you won't have anything good from it when you do it in a cheap way.
Where will Spotify, like 2015 to 2020, huge change in how people consume
Mhm.
music and how you market your music. Where do you think you see yourself in 2025? Like, how are artists going to market their music in 2025? Is it still going to be Spotify playlists, or are we going to be moved to more of a TikTok distribution, try to go viral? Like, what do you see?
I definitely see also that Spotify, the way of promoting on playlists will be definitely there, but it will be, I think, a bigger difference. There will be the real and the real playlist, you know, and I think also much less companies who do that,
Mm-hmm.
this kind of Spotify promotion, and because, for example, with us, we work with curators who are there for, who do the Spotify playlist for now 10 years
Right.
or 8 years, 7 years, you know, and they only work with us,
Okay.
and we try to keep the relationships. It's like working with radio stations. You cannot send a song, of course you can send a song to a radio station, but 99% you will get declined.
Right.
If you have a direct contact and you take care of the relationship, then you have a high chance to get played. And it's the same like with Spotify. You know, we have many curators. They work only with us, and maybe some of them also with other legit services.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
those ones will survive, but all the rest will not be there. So it will get somehow in the way, like it will go to the radio, because you cannot submit songs in another way, not for a long time, because sooner or later, when you can submit music directly to a curator, the curators can be there for some months with some real playlists, but maybe after a year, or maybe they get lucky and they get away with it, but maybe after a year their account is blocked and they will not take this risk anymore. And there are many curators who don't take this risk anymore, the ones who we work with. They
Right.
don't accept any messages or direct messages on Instagram or etc. anymore. They have
Right.
one or two platforms who they work with, and that's good with them, because then they're on the safe side.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know.
So you see it
Mm.
being more of a quality marketplace of more quality curators. How do you guys vet your curators?
How do we what? Sorry.
How do you vet them, as in, like, how do you make sure that they are quality playlists?
I mean, we analyze the playlists, and of course, we work with many playlists who are there for many years. So we know, okay, this playlist had, because we have it also saved in our system, this playlist had, for example, 50,000 followers last week. Today it has 50,100.
Right.
That's fine, but we could also see, like, okay, this playlist had 10,000 and now it has 20,000 or 30,000 within a couple of days or 1 week. Then we know, no, this is not something
Or quality
real, or
followers.
what brings here
Right.
quality and value, you
Right.
know.
So you're
So
monitoring
we
the
try
follower
to,
counts of these playlists on a
yes.
continual basis too.
Because we work with them daily, it's
Yeah.
working with the curators daily with those playlists. We send out reports, etc. So we just know about our contacts and about their playlists very well, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can get sure, so to say,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can never say 100%, but we can get almost to 100%.
Right. Is there any more like last minute advice you would give to artists trying to navigate through the world of getting on Spotify playlists? We didn't really touch on your other service, YouTube promotion. Actually, I did want to touch on that. Can you kind of
Mhm.
quickly mention, like, what is YouTube promotion actually? Because are you running ads on different YouTube
Mhm.
videos for the artist?
Yes, we are running ads, and also we work with YouTube playlists. So what we basically do, the difference is to Spotify. In Spotify, we target playlists based on music genre. In YouTube, we can target the audience based on similar artists, what the clients give to us, and target countries. So, for example, if you have a pop song and you want to promote it in United States and it sounds similar to Justin Bieber,
Mhm.
then we can basically put your video into the search results of YouTube whenever somebody searches Justin Bieber in the United States, you know. And with that, we can get a very high interaction rate, because it's the better your similar artists are, which you give to us,
Mhm.
the higher is the possibility that the users will interact with your video when it's good, you
Right.
know.
So
Of
would you
course, the
recommend that?
quality matters, you know.
Right. Would you recommend that people using the service with you, that they have a music video?
Yes, when they have a music video or a lyric video. A music video will bring much more interaction, so to say, comments, subscribers, etc., because you present yourself as a brand. You will get some people to talk about some things, about your outfit, what you do, how you behave in the video, you know, this kind of things. With a lyric video, you have a a more or less interaction rate. But of course, it's possible with a lyric video as well. And of course, we can also promote songs which are just on there without a music video, but then the interaction rate is really bad. But of course, we can do that. And also we can rent, for example, the YouTube screen, maybe, or the YouTube home page, so to say, when you maybe you saw it when Apple has a big release and they release an iPhone and you go to YouTube on the same day, you probably see the advertisement banner like directly on the homepage, hey, here's the new iPhone.
Right.
Or from a new game, hey, here is the new, I don't know, Gran Turismo game or whatever. So we can do that as well. And with this YouTube promotion, we do this for a couple of major artists as well, and from major labels, and we got them into the music charts as well, because YouTube is an influence, to the chart system. The same like with Spotify. So if you do a bigger campaigns on Spotify, YouTube, and some other platforms to get up your streams, you can get into the music charts,
Okay.
And when
Is there,
you do
you
some
think
bigger
that Spotify's curators are looking also at YouTube charts in a way? Like if you can rank on YouTube and get streams there, indirectly that can carry over to your Spotify streaming?
Yes, that's also possible. Yes, and this happens, and not only that, also to your Instagram, for example. If you have the link in the description of your music video, and there's a link to Spotify and to Instagram and maybe to Apple Music, people click on that and they will go to your profile. And of course, if they like your brand, they will follow you or add your music to the library, to their private playlist, etc. So this can definitely result into that actions, because when you imagine yourself as a user and you like something, you like a music artist, and you have the time, you go to Instagram, you check them out there, or you go to Spotify and you save the whole album, if you like the music. So this can definitely happen.
Right.
And and when you get a specific amount of views in a specific time, for example, we have artists, they start with a 1 million package and they get maybe 500,000 views within a week or 200 or 2 weeks, then it's possible that they get on YouTube Trends. And YouTube Trends is like a Discover Weekly, it's an in-house chart system of YouTube, and from there they get
hopefully
views for free, more subscribers for free, and it can get to a big hit also. We had songs which really made it to #1 in the charts.
And so you did mention that you also work with major label artists. So your focus is across the spectrum from indie artists to major label artists. So you're not segregating against the experience of the artist. You're taking whatever is that true, or that you're taking whatever is good, whatever is quality?
Yes, whatever we can work with. Yes, and of course the quality matters. So the quality is important, because if this it's not about like your recording quality, it's also a difference. When I speak about quality of a song, if you can, when you rap, that you rap on point, if you make a music production, that how the melodies are, how the harmonies are, about that, and you don't have a confusion on that. This is about quality. What I mean, the recording and studio quality it's on another position and does not really matter, except it's really bad, because there are many artists out there which are world famous and their songs only exist as a live performance recording. So that you don't have to go to a studio to make a #1 hit.
Right.
If the song is good, it's catchy, and the people like it, and they don't care about the quality at all.
Right. So it's really the quality of the musicianship and of the song, right? The actual song structure, song melody, song quality, versus if you did it in a professional studio or not.
Yes.
So So then, yeah, are there any last kind of things you want to tell the artists listening to this video right now that are trying to market their music, get it on Spotify playlists? I'm sure like there's been a lot of value from this video for everyone, but is there any last minute things you wanted to mention in regards to playlist promotion or anything upcoming
Mhm.
plans that you have?
I mean, like I mentioned at the beginning, what is important, do what you like to do as a music artist.
Mm-hmm.
When you release music, focus on that song. Don't release too much music and split up your budget. It's better to have a bigger budget for one song than for multiple songs. If
Okay.
you don't have that budget, rather save your budget till you have a specific one instead of blasting it out for cheap services, which doesn't bring you anything, then maybe a number or put you into danger with your account. You know,
Right.
it's not good to be on bullet playlists, etc.
Right.
So I would focus on that, and of course, keep your passion,
Mm-hmm.
keep your
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
This will go to success.
It's great to hear that kind of just bringing it back to the roots of like just do what you also are very passionate about, keep your discipline, but make quality music and keep to your style, your structure. It's definitely, all artists go through trying to look what's out there, look what's hot, and try to produce something that's really hot out there. But it's always important to bring it back to doing, you got to do you in a way. That's
Yes,
so. Thanks
exactly.
for your time. It's been a very insightful interview for me too, being an artist. So, just wanted to say thanks so much.
Thanks to you for your time. It's a pleasure speaking to you, and hopefully soon again.
Yeah, definitely.